Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am delighted that you have joined me for this period of time today. It is just a beautiful morning here in Kansas, and when I'm recording this, I don't know if you're going to listen to this in the middle of the night or whenever, but know that I am sending you love here this morning in Kansas. Let's begin with our 3 deep breaths. Slowing down the inhale, slowing down the exhale. Feel your shoulders sink down a little and allow yourself to let go. Still a few cicadas around here. They come out, seems they come out more in the evening. But it is beautiful, a beautiful summer day. Allowing your inhales to become longer, your exhales to become even longer than that. Let's begin by relaxing our bodies, and we're going to do the meditation while we relax our bodies today. I asked the guides, I've always tuned into the meditation from the week before, and last week's was about working with the 4 elements to focus on our healing. And so this week the guides would like us to talk about releasing emotions. Itch on my back. And my sense about it is we have 4 areas in our bodies where we hold the 4 main emotions that give us pause. So we don't need to worry about where we hold joy and peace and love and serenity, because they don't give us any cause for concern. It's the emotions that we lock down, that we don't allow ourselves to feel. And so I'm sure there are times when we don't allow ourselves to feel joy or happiness or peace as well. And we will focus on that a little bit too. Let's imagine this beam of white light, or this fairy dust, this wonderful energy coming down into the tops of our heads. And in our heads, necks, and shoulders, we hold anger, frustration, stress. If you think about, one of the reasons why I suggest you let your shoulders go down when we begin meditation is because shoulders up is a sign of stress. And when you think about stress, stress is about being on guard. It's about keeping your guard up, about feeling the need to protect yourself. But you don't need to protect yourself right now, so let your shoulders sink down, allow your face to just become expressionless. Imagine that beautiful energy, that peaceful energy entering into your crown chakra, the top of your head, and just all the way through your head and the muscles on the outsides of your head, all the way through the muscles in your face, into your 3rd eye chakra, right behind your forehead, in the middle of your head, that beautiful indigo. Allowing that energy to move through your head, allowing your jaw to relax, your teeth, stop clenching your teeth. I can only say that because I have found myself to be a teeth clencher upon occasion, more than I care to admit, probably. just be aware of that peaceful, healing, relaxing energy. Imagine allowing God, the divine, the one presence and the one power, to resonate with your body. So really what it is we are allowing our bodies to let go of anything that stands in the way of our resonating or vibrating with the energy of the universe, God, the one presence, the one power. Going home, allowing our energy fields to go home. Home is where we are most comfortable, where we are safe. And you are safe. I strongly suggest that if you feel stressed, you ask yourself, am I feeling safe? And if I'm not feeling safe, what can I do to allow myself to feel safer? How can I create this sense of safety in myself? There have been times in my life when I have lived with very critical people, and that's putting it mildly. And of course you can't feel safe when you feel that the criticism is going to come from, left field at any moment. It's hard to feel safe when you live with critical people. And if by some unfortunate circumstance you do, I strongly suggest that you spend a lot of time away from them so that you can allow your body to relax and you can allow your psyche, your soul, your human expression of your infinite self to come back home, to feel safe, to feel at home, to feel like you belong. So in our heads, and then feel it in our necks, all the way, feel it in the back of your neck. I don't know if you can hear that noise coming from my neighbor's backyard, but ever since the quarantine started last year, he has been grilling out his lunch, and it's all I can do not to bring something over and ask him to put it on the grill, and the grill smells heavenly. So I think he's cleaning his grill, getting ready to fire it up for lunch. Can't you just smell it? The smell of a grill. Oh. And as we allow our faces, our heads, our jaws, our necks, and our shoulders to relax, let's think about anger. And anger shows up in so many ways that often I don't recognize it as anger, and probably you don't either. Stress is a form of anger because we're angry about the life coming at us too quickly. Frustration is a form of anger. And those of us who live in polite society recognize that anger is a loaded word. When we say I'm angry, people take a step back. Ooh, she's angry. I better give her a wide berth, or him a wide berth. And we tend to do that with ourselves. For this moment, let's allow ourselves to be aware of any frustration, any anger, any stress. It's funny, as I said that, I could feel these muscles in the sides of my neck. And you think about your neck. We stress, we tense up our necks. And just imagine those muscles along the sides of your neck. Maybe even take your fingers up there and massage them just a little, as you are aware of whatever stress, tension, frustration, anger you may be feeling. Even disappointment. Disappointment can be a sense of anger. My sense about feelings is that it's important to acknowledge them. I liken feelings to small children trying to get our attention. Mommy, mommy, mom, mommy. And when we finally give them our undivided attention, look into their eyes for just a moment. That's all they needed. Off they go. Your emotions. I feel that emotions are our natural response to life. So it's natural to feel angry. Somebody, cuts in front of you in line when you clearly were the next one, when somebody takes something that's yours or doesn't listen to you when you're talking, especially if you are opening up your heart. I suggest you allow yourself your anger, your frustration, your disappointment, your stress. Acknowledge it. Anymore, because I am leading a much more peaceful life. When I get around a crowd of people, and it doesn't have to be a huge crowd, I feel this sense of stress. And perhaps I'm picking up on other people's stress. Perhaps I'm just trying to be everything for everyone at once. Whatever it is, when I recognize, I'm feeling stressed, then I can step away for a moment. Step outside if the weather is nice, or just go to a quiet area. Take a deep breath. And I feel that when we admit our stress, when we admit our frustration, our anger, our disappointment, just spend a moment with it. Allow it to be, just like the child giving it your attention, it goes away. And if you feel that the stress is still there, let's imagine that white light coming in and breaking it up. I like to bake, and so when I think of breaking it up, I think about breaking up maybe crumbs in the batter. The way I do it is I take my spoon and I push the crumb up against the side of the bowl, and then I mix it in and I kind of break it up. So imagine that infinite spirit comes in and breaks up your stress, your frustration, and then it releases, it goes away. Let's now move into our heart space and be aware of any sadness as that white light comes down into our upper arms and into our rib cages. Our hearts feel that sense of love and relaxation. So in our hearts we feel love, and when we feel unloved or we feel like we've lost a love, we feel sadness. We feel it in our hearts when someone has betrayed us. And that I mentioned earlier, disappointment. Sometimes we can bitterly feel disappointment in our hearts. We thought something was going to be one way. Sometimes we can set up expectations, and it's a human thing to have certain expectations. Just if you plan something, you expect it to come out the way you planned it. And when it doesn't, allow yourself to feel whatever you feel, whether it's anger or sadness, especially in relationships. We expect someone to be a certain way. And when they're not, it's okay to be sad, to feel that sense of sorrow and loss. So If your eyes aren't closed, close them. Take a deep breath into your heart space. Listen to the birds and the sound of my neighborhood. And allow your heart to heal. I think there was a squirrel on my fence. It's the noise I heard. Allow your heart to heal. Allow that sweet, loving energy of the infinite to bring your heart back into synchronization with God, with the divine, the one presence and the one power. And let's continue now into our midsections, our gut, our solar plexus, and fear. I realize I'm going long today, so I'm picking up the pace a little so I don't keep you all day. Feeling in your gut if you are aware of any fear, any dread, any intrepidation, any sense of... My feeling about fear is that it's more about the future. We are afraid something's going to happen. We call it worry. We try to make it nice by calling it worry, but it's fear. Worry is fear. It's fear of the unknown. It's fear that something bad is going to happen. So as we allow the infinite to move into our stomachs and release the fear and replace it with faith, replace it with that certainty that all is well, that you are divinely protected by the infinite, that all is well. And if you have a lot of fear to release, I suggest you pause this meditation right now and just be with it for a moment. Breathe into your stomach, your middle back. And now we shift down to all the way down to our tailbones, through the pelvis, the lower back, the hips, lower torso, and that's where we hold shame. And the more that I do work on emotional release and healing, the more I am landing on the idea that shame is never justified. Shame means we're not good enough, and we're always good enough. Sure, we make mistakes, but there's a big difference between regret and shame. Shame is when we feel guilty and we feel regret, we feel remorse, and we lock it down. And I don't know about you, but my mother used the phrase, shame on you, plenty. And when I hear that phrase, it still triggers something deep in me. So let's allow the infinite to move to that place where we might have shame locked away and release it. Breathe into it. And then feel that sweet healing energy move all the way through your pelvis, your tailbone, your pelvic floor, down your legs, to your feet, the soles of your feet, your toes, and allow you to be completely relaxed. And instead of bringing you back to the present and sending you on your way, certainly you can do that if you need to, but if you don't need to, I suggest you just stay in this space for as long as you need to. Breathing in the infinite, releasing any emotions, breaking them off, allowing the infinite presence to break up whatever you are ready to let go of, so that you can be peaceful and serene, joyful, happy, full of love, because you and I know you are whole and perfect, exactly as you are right now, I send you unconditional love, blessings, and acceptance. I am so grateful that our paths have crossed today. Namaste.